The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus said to his disciples, "Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Sell your possessions and give to the needy. Provide yourselves with money, bags that do not grow old, with a treasure in the heavens that does not fail, where no thief approaches and no moth destroys. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Stay dressed for action and keep your lamps burning, and be like men who are waiting for their master to come home from the wedding feasts, so that they may open the door to him at once when he comes and knocks. Blessed are those servants whom the master finds awake when he comes. Blessed are those servants. Truly I say to you, he will dress himself for service and have them recline at table, and he will come and serve them. If he comes in the second watch or in the third and finds them awake, blessed are those servants. But know this, that if the master of the house had known at what hour the thief was coming, he would not have left his house be broken into. You also must be ready. For the Son of Man is coming at an hour you do not expect. For the Son of Man, Peter said, "Lord, are you telling this parable for us or for all?" And the Lord said, "Who then is the faithful and wise manager whom his master will set over his household to give them their portion of food at the proper time? Blessed is the servant whom his master will find so doing when he comes. Truly I say to you, he will set him over all his possessions. But if the servant says to himself, 'My master is delayed in coming,' and begins to beat the male and female servants, and to eat and drink and get drunk, the master of that servant will come on a day when he does not expect him, at an hour he does not know, and will cut him in pieces and put him in the unfaithful. And that servant who knew his master's will, but did not get ready or act according to his will receive a severe beating. But the one who did not know and did what deserved a beating will receive a light beating. Everyone to whom much was given, of him much will be required. And from him to whom they entrusted much, they will demand the more." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Please be seated, my dear friends. The Word of God is taking us through a journey, a beautiful one and very deep and meaningful. The Word invited us to follow the Lord. Foxes have dens, birds have nests, but the Son of Man does not have a place to lay his head. Are you still ready to follow? If you want to follow, I will send you like sheep to the wolves. And then he asks us to love like the Samaritan, good Samaritan. And then in loving, and you're called to love like a Samaritan. And then he asked, he spoke about the rich fool. Of course, like Martha, you should work, and Mary, you should listen. And then to serve the master, you have to be rich. If you want to do something, you have to be rich. And there is nothing wrong with the wealth. But then if you start serving the wealth, rather you get the wealth to serve you, then you become another rich fool. And today, building on that foundation, the Lord is asking us to how to use the wealth in a proper way. And what should you do in this world? So the rich fool was said that I will take you today. Tonight you will die. The moment he got the news, he was so upset because he was so rich and he had all the plans in this world as if he's not going to die. For that matter, even we do so. We hardly think about our death. And moment if you get your biopsy report and if it is positive, no, that is the most negative news that you can get. Again, if the PCR test is positive, that is the most negative kind of thing. The most negative thing in positivity, you know. And a lot of corona patients are there now. Anyway, my dear friends. So the Lord is asking us to trust Him. It's a matter of trusting not the wealth, but the Master. Not the gift, rather the giver. So that's exactly how you have to live in this world. And you cannot say, Jivitang, Aniyatang, Maranang, Niyatang. Everything is uncertain. Vanity, vanity, vanity. In the book of Ecclesiasticus, we read, vanity, vanity. So everything is useless and everything is vain. So I will let go of everything and go to Himalayas and do a deep meditation and Om Shanti. And I will leave everything. No, that's not our life. Even we, priests, we don't go like that. If it is a very special calling only, we go to a monastery and or Carmelite convent or somewhere else. That's a different calling. So you have to deal with the wealth. There's no other way. You have to deal with the world. So, but then don't trust the wealth. Rather trust Him. So you can use the wealth for the kingdom, glory of the kingdom. So one Mrs. Silva and her servant Asiline, and they both had lived a good life. So both of them died, and Mrs. Silva met St. Peter. And first, of course, Asiline died. You know, they work a lot, and she died. And Mrs. Silva also died. She was a good lady anyway. So went to St. Peter and asked her, St. Peter, so where is my house in heaven? We all have chambers. In John chapter 14, the Lord is assuring us that I will go to prepare a place for you. So once it is prepared, I will come and take you. Okay, then fine. So how much we are ready, it's another thing. You know, we did a drama in seminary, and it's about the death. And the dead person is there. All of them are crying. The wife is crying, and friends are crying, and the wife is saying that you can take my life. Mage Aisha targana divya pana. And can't translate them into English. That's another way of expressing. So take my life and you live. And then the dead body is he gets life and said, okay, darling, now you die, I come. She runs like anything, you know. How much we are ready when it comes to that. That's another story. So this Miss Silva is in heaven now. And now, anyway, even in heaven, there are women. No, she wanted to know where is Asselin's house. You know, then Peter said, Mrs. Silva had a Kajan hut like thing. Okay, this is what okay. Then where is Asselin's house? Then St. Peter took her, passing all the different kinds of houses, and she saw a 2-store big house, and she was jealous. Even in heaven, she was jealous, you know. And come on, how come that even my house is like Kajanat, and she is having a big mansion? How come? St. Peter said, sorry, darling, you know, can't help, because all what you have sent from the world, from that only we have built the house. So you have sent only cajan leaves, the coconut leaves. With that I have built the house. But then Aseline, of course, used to send lot of stuff to heaven for that house. My dear friends, always store up treasures in heaven. Because one day, you will have to leave everything and go. Are you sad? Are you sad? No, Father. The moment you have to let go, one child was sharing, her auntie is in deathbed and half paralyzed. She's not conscious sometimes. So now she's almost dying in deathbed. Now her sister, she's angry with her. Okay? That auntie's sister is angry. Now the one who is dying, okay, is angry with her sister. Now she's not conscious properly. So when that sister comes and feeds the soup, she will not open the mouth. So if someone else has come, she drinks nicely. Even she's half dead, still angry. How to go to heaven? My dear friends, now we are not that bad because we have not yet get corona no, and cancer, leukemia, nothing, no. We are in, okay, we don't know what's inside, right? But then still we live as if we are not dying. The rich fool, foolishness is that. He was a good manager. He had a chartered accountant degree and he had all the qualifications. That's why he an agriculture degree also. And he got the crop properly and he was a successful man. Management, banking, everything. And he knew the construction also. But then he's a fool because he trusted the wealth in this world. Trusted the wealth. My dear friends, you have to be careful. That's why exactly last Sunday he said, be careful of all kinds of greediness. All kinds of. So it is a time to test your life whether my treasure is here or there. My treasure is here or there. I'll give you a beautiful measurement, criterion to check whether you are in the right place. Please repeat after me. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So where is your heart? There is your treasure. Heart means your thoughts, your interest. So think about today. So what did you think mostly? What about what is your preoccupation? Did you think about Jesus? And did you had a dialogue with him? Where was he? And what was your worry? So where your heart, there is your treasure. So still we are not in the track. That's exactly why the word should prick our heart. It is a double-edged sword. It should challenge you. It should shake you. It's beautiful, my dear friends, if you are challenged. Realize that I'm going to leave this place one day. I'm going to say goodbye. For priests, it's a beautiful experience. It's only 5 years in the parish, maximum. And some people ask me whether I'm not going to leave Grand Pass the way I live here. And a lot of fish tanks, huge ones. And they look at the aquarium. It's a big, huge aquarium I have. That's my hobby. Father, how are you going to take these things? But then it's a teaching. I have to leave. I have to leave my parish one day. It's a nice awareness in life. We all have to leave. We all have to leave. So you have to leave your child. That's a symbol where the father takes the daughter. That father-daughter relationship is very strong. And takes the daughter and come forward and give the daughter to the bridegroom. And there's a beautiful song in English. I first loved her. I first loved her. She's my lover. She held my hand. Be careful when you handle her. It's a beautiful hymn, beautiful song. So that's a matter of letting go. But then you have to do it joyfully. Just do it joyfully, because it's not something negative. It's not something anitya, vanity, and look at the vanity of vanities. And no, don't. You don't have to be like that. So it's like bridegroom is coming. Bridegroom is coming. So wait upon him. It's a moment of encounter. It's a beautiful encounter. How you are prepared. Gospel speaks about that preparation. So life, vanity of life. So in the first reading, beautiful, my dear friends. How Abraham trusted. The book of wisdom says how he took care of his people in exile. And they knew that night was made known beforehand to our fathers. That night where the firstborn was killed. That night. And it was mentioned, it happened in Exodus. And it is mentioned in Genesis chapter 15 when the covenant was made with Abraham. And God knew it. And they all knew it. What's going to happen? And He was there with them. See the beauty. For the same means by which you punish our enemies, you called us to yourself and glorified us. It is a punishment for the enemy, but blessing for us. Death. Those who are not in connection is destruction. Death for those who are in connection. It's a beautiful encounter. When I'm going to see my master, when I'm going to be one with my lover, it's a beautiful encounter. So if you reflect upon the death, that your life is going to be ended here. But then if you truly know it's not the end, it's another beginning. It's as if the sun goes down in the horizon, and sun goes down. For us, the sun is going down. But then for another country, it is the rising of the sun. So we are going down in this horizon means you're born in heaven, life perpetual, everlasting. No rot, no moth, nothing, no robbers, no worries. It's just in the presence. We praise the Lord. We are in the presence. A beautiful way of life. Sin is like a credit card, as I always do say. You can enjoy now and pay later. You enjoy now and pay later. But my dear friends, if you sacrifice now, you will enjoy later. If you pay the price now, you will enjoy for your lifetime, forever. So that's the joy. That's a beautiful joy. So Abraham was asked to leave his motherland, father's house, his kith and kin. And he just left everything joyfully, not murmuring, not making a face like a golf face, And if we ask to leave, and we become so pale and frail, and we be discouraged. And no, he trusted the Lord. Secret is trust. He just trusted the Lord. So my Lord is asking to leave this land, but I see for a greater land. I don't know. I can't see. I cannot Google and WhatsApp and check. I cannot go to the details and check. No, location and all the details, history, nothing. Nothing. But then I trust my word, my Father's word. That's exactly why, brothers, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Faith is that. In faith, you cannot see. But then it's assurance of the hope. You read Romans chapter 8, verse 24. Hope, something which we cannot see, sometimes we cannot fathom. It comes with the word of God. Romans chapter 10, verse 17. Faith comes with the word. So if we listen to the word, Abraham was given the word. Your generation will be like the stars in the sky. Multitude of people. I'm going to have numbers of generation, and it will be a huge number. But then Abraham have to trust that word and take that leap in the darkness. Always, we live in this world with that hope. My dear friends, it's always a journey, a leap in the darkness. It's a beautiful way of life. So Abraham trusted, and then he had Isaac when he was in his century, and he had Isaac, and the Lord asked to kill him, kill the only son. And Abraham never had a second thought about it. That's the only way for the promise. Yet he believed the giver than the gift. He loved the giver than the gift. He was ready. He got the dagger. He went to the Mount Moriah, and he was almost killed. He almost killed him. And God stopped him. And he became a blessing to all the nation. When you let go, trusting him, it's a beautiful door he is going to open in your life. Sometimes we are so narrowed, we are so scared. That's why we grab things. That's why we hold on to things. We are so scared of letting go. My dear friends, once in the jungle, in a huge thick forest, one man was lost. He lost everything, and he was just walking in the darkness, and immediately he fell from a cliff. And he was falling, and he didn't know what to hold on. And in the thick darkness, he just got hold of a branch of a tree. Whatever it is, he didn't know what it is. And he was falling from a great height, and he was holding it. And then he was praying. He was a devoted man. Lord, help me, Lord. Send someone. I can't, it's difficult. So the hand was bleeding. For hours now he's holding. And then the voice of Lord came. Son, leave the branch. Leave it. So I can't leave it, Lord. If I leave, I will fall and smash. Come on, I can't. You send someone, some help. Son, leave it. Lose your hand. Lose your fingers. Just leave it. Lord, I can't. Then he never listened to the voice. So he was holding tight and bleeding, and he was almost faintish, feeling faintish. But then he was scared for hours and hours. He was holding to that branch. And it was getting morning, dawn, and little by little light was coming. Sun in the morning, little by little, it was illuminated light. Then he saw he's just about few feet above the ground. Had he left it, he could have been freed because he could not trust the voice. He's just there, 1 feet or 2 feet above the ground. Whole night he was holding. He could not trust the voice. My dear friends, just leave it. Trusting the Lord. Don't be scared. Just trust Him. Faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. But then you have to have the trust, the Word of God. That's exactly, my dear friends, how you expect the Lord to come. How you live in this world with that expectation. Always. Every moment is a moment of expectation. That's Beatitudes. Blessed are the poor, they will be rich. Blessed those who seek the Lord, they will have the kingdom. Blessed those who mourn, they will laugh. It's always a life of expectation. Don't expect everything here. You can have a glimpse of heaven, of course. You will have that joy. But then it's not the complete. It's not in totality. You have to go there and see the exact joy that you are expected. My dear friends, so you are given a mission. You are given a responsibility. You are the servant of Lord's house. And you are entrusted with things. It's beautiful. How you are going to be faithful. Like the talents were given to people, different talents, different amount. But then they were so jubilant and vigilant. And they were so enthusiastic. Doing trading, and they multiplied it. And came to the master and showed, Lord, you gave me 10 talents, now it's 20. Good and faithful servant. You had been faithful for the little things, I will appoint you for the greater things. So you cannot soft pedal, thinking everything is anitya, everything is in vain. No, I will let go of everything. No, letting go does not mean that. You do your work to the best of your ability, but then without being greedy. You do it for others. You do it for the Lord. So when the master is coming, if the servant has done their part, his part, serving the other servants, Lord will, it's a great joy. The gospel says, I will dress himself. Truly I say to you, he will dress himself for service and have them recline at table. And he will come and serve them. The master would serve them. It's amazing. If you do your work, if you do your duty properly, the master would serve you. Of course, Holy Eucharist is a moment where he serves us. He becomes the meal for us. That's exactly how Holy Eucharist is a moment of heavenly encounter. Hardly we experience that. Seldom people know that. But then Holy Eucharist is a place in this world how Master serves us. Serves us not with bread and wine, but with His own body and blood. My dear friends, so who then is the faithful and wise manager? Whom is the Master will set over his household to give them their portion of food at the proper time. So do whatever you have to do now. Do it joyfully. But then don't expect things here. They might not appreciate you. They might not value what you do. But always remember, all what you do here will be written in the heaven, will be accounted in heaven. So you are accountable only to Him. So before your marriage, when you are in love, you have to be in love even after marriage. So whatever you do, your wife appreciates you. Your husband appreciates. Darling, nice curry. Thank you. You look nice today. You look wonderful. But then all things are taken for granted. Never appreciated. So you become frustrated. You become very pale and you become discouraged. And you, for the sake of doing, you are doing things. No. Always remember, do it joyfully. Whatever you are appointed, because it is given by the Lord. This is my duty in this world. This is my test that I have to pass so that I will be promoted there. Always have a glimpse of heaven in all what you do here. You have to have that idea that you have to leave this world one day. My dear friends, Peter asked, Master, is this for us or for the others? And then the Lord is saying, and the servant who knew, the Lord is saying, And the servant who knew his master's will, but did not get ready or act according to his will receive a severe beating. If you know that your responsibility is this, and if you don't do that, the punishment is more. But the one who did not know and did what deserves a beating will receive a light beating. So those, if you are given more, you are being expected more. Now don't compare your life with every Tom, Dick and Harry. Come on, I'm better than him. No, I'm better than that person. I'm much better. No, that's not the measurement. If you are given more, you are expected. Think, if that person who is a rascal, sorry for my word, but then he's bad person, that rascal, we scold them like that. What he's doing, imagine if that person had your background, family background, had your school, has your spiritual environment, he won't be like that. That's exactly why St. Ignatius, once he was walking and a drunkard was fallen at the drain, and everyone was cursing that person, and he was thinking, they were bypassing him, like the priest and the Levite for that person who is fallen, And St. Ignatius went to him, and he was with his disciples and Golaba and all the Golabalas, And then he said, if not for grace, I should be there. We stand like this, I preach like this, you live like this because of grace. We are given more and we are expected more. And then he says, everyone whom much was given, of him much will be required, and from him to whom they entrusted much, they will demand the more. Given and entrusted. There's a gradation. There's a difference. So we are given eyes, hands, sight, intelligence, all that we are given. And entrusted, your family is entrusted. My priesthood and grandpas is entrusted to me. So things that you are entrusted with, you're more responsible. More responsible, my dear friends. That's exactly why Jesus asked Peter, do you love me more than others do? Then feed my lamb. That is the entrustment. That's how he entrusts us. So we are responsible for the things given to us, and then we are more responsible to the things that we are entrusted to. So be ready, joyfully. If you really love him, if you don't have a double life, that's the best preparation that you can have. And he comes like a thief in the night. The thief won't let you know that I am going to come and break your place, Then I will be prepared. So he doesn't want to come like a thief. Rather, we don't know at what time he's coming, when he's coming. So we have to be vigilant all the time. For why worry if you don't have a double life? So one child shared a few years ago, she came and told me crying, Father, my father works in a ship. So after 6 months he would come. The moment husband goes away, this particular girl's mother used to get another man to the house. They live like husband and wife openly because husband is away. She didn't see this. So after when she knows that he's coming home, she will send this illegal affair relationship, this person, and prepares everything for the husband and welcomes him as if nothing has happened. Now this child is crying, telling me, Father, I'm scared if my father comes to know this. My dear friends, my sister's husband used to work in abroad a few years ago. Now he's here. So he's a very, very interesting lover. He used to say, Patio, I'm going to come, imagine end of August, I'm going to come. Okay. Now, date is given. He has to come from Italy. So Nangi will prepare everything, and she will love it, We can see the difference in my Nangi's behavior, because husband is coming. And he, without informing, he will come beginning of August. He will tell that I will come end of August, and the beginning he will come and surprises my Nangi, Knock the door and he's at the door. Imagine that particular wife's husband comes to surprise his wife from the ship. Darling, and the other man is inside the house. She will have a time, if you are faithful. If you love him so much, you don't have to have a double life. All the time, it's a time of bridegroom's arrival. I'm ready to come and see you, my Lord. And all my expectations, all what I do, all what I have is for you. It's for your glory. I share what I have. I glorify you. This is not for me. I want to please you. Whenever I have my salary, I don't want to do what I want to do. Lord, it's your wish. It's your will that I have to complete. It's your plan that I have to execute. Every moment, live in that heavenly notion. Live in that heavenly expectation. That is the best life you can enjoy in this world, my dear friends. So enjoy it differently. Enjoy the joy in a different way. It's a beautiful life that we have given. He has given us. But then, this is a temporary way of living that we have to live permanently there. So live thinking that you have to go. Live thinking that you have to go one day. Live for that you have to leave. Live thinking that you have to leave. Expecting the Lord and expecting that heavenly promise in your life all the time. Amen.